Chloe is 10 and lives in Harlow. When she was 18 months old, her sister Katie was born.
My sister has NF1, which is neurofibromatosis type 1, and which means it's her nerve system. Right now she's in year 4, but she's working in a year 2 work, so she's just a bit behind.
After Katie arrived, Chloe's behaviour began to change.
I was fixated with the door. The door had to be in a certain place every night I arrived. I wouldn't be able to go to sleep. My main anxiety probably was a robber was going to break in. And I think most of the time I had quite bad nightmares. It would either be me and Katie getting kidnapped, everybody in the family getting shot. And it was quite scary because dreams, they make it feel and sound so realistic. And when you wake up and you're petrified and you're just nearly crying. With my mum, we'd have to say certain things, and if she talked over me or she took too long to respond, we'd have to do a whole in her thing again.
I truly thought she had OCD. She would say slam the door quietly all night until we took the door off the hinge. It broke the cycle. But she just gets another cycle.
I would repeat myself saying, "Where are you, Mummy?" And I would scream for hours, even when my mum was in front of me.
Chloe was referred to Children's Mental Health Services, where she received play therapy.
The way I'd play is they'd see what's wrong with me. When I had play therapy, I'd always get the dolls. I'd pick the dolls and say the baby died, and it was always the baby would die at the end of it.
Chloe was diagnosed with anxiety. By now, Katie had joined Chloe at school, and the other children were often unkind.
When Katie annoys other children, the children would come to me and say, "Can you please tell Katie to stop? Why is she annoying me?" And I'd have to sort out the situation. Children would ask me, "Why is Katie so weird? Why is she different?" And there was 2 children saying she should die. Lots of children had been bothering me so much, I think. But then last 4 comments just got me so overwhelmed and upset, I just couldn't hold it back.
Chloe's thoughts turned to ending her life.
I was making notes around the house saying I wanted to kill myself. I'd stand in roads trying to get hit by a car. I kind of was done with them children saying horrible things, pushing me down fence, saying she should die. I kind of didn't have any friends at the time, so I had nobody to talk to about. So then nasty comments coming from everybody, it just upset me so much I just couldn't bear to live anymore.
The worst time, wasn't it? That's when I referred her to the emotional wellbeing people. I think it was the night you tried to get my mum. I had to start looking at the windows because she threatened to throw herself out the window. And then she cut her arm up with the lollipop stick. It's been really, really tough. No one wants their little girl telling them they're going to die.
Chloe was referred to young carers.
Young carers kind of made me feel I'm not alone. Lots of other children have siblings that aren't with special needs or are different to others. I've met a girl, she kind of had the same situation as me. Since we're so similar, we found it quite easy to talk to each other.
But lockdown has brought with it new challenges.
It's kind of been very stressful because I'm having to be stuck home with Kate screaming and shouting. I just saw the same 3 people all over and over again. During lockdown, that's when I kind of got my sleeping problems.
She didn't sleep at night, so I was up all night with her, and then my day would start, and I'd work all day, stop, then I'd be up all night. It was tiring. It's been hard. A lot of different times, very, very hard. But she slept the last 2 nights. Oh my God, which has been amazing. I started having panic attacks last week just because I had been up. Most nights I go to sleep between 2 and 3 and then I get up to work the next morning at 6:30 as normal. So I've been tired physically and mentally.
Sarah's husband works nights, and with her working from home in the day, homeschooling proved impossible.
The kids literally fended for themselves. I was working and they were just causing havoc. I just wish I had a little bit more time, because it would have been really nice just to be able to do a bit of English, a bit of maths.
Chloe has now returned to school. She has chosen to have Katie in her bubble.
I wanted to keep her in my bubble in case anything happened. They're the only people that you can go near is the people in your bubble. So she gets declined every time she asks another kid to play in our bubble. So half the time I have to play with her.
The decision to send them back to school was a hard one.
Do you risk it? If they got sick and anything happened, I've made that decision. And that was the worst decision throughout COVID.
Chloe is now a young mental health ambassador with Healthwatch ESSEX. She has a message for others struggling with their mental health.
Don't give up, and the life will eventually become better. You'll get more friends. Or there's people in the same situation as you. There's people that are going to be nice and understand you.